हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू दिस चैनल। ये इस सीरीज़ का सेकंड पार्ट है एंड वी वर सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन पेपर ऑफ यूपीएससी असिस्टेंट आर्किटेक्ट 2023 एग्जाम। आई एम रेगुलरली posting such videos on this channel. Make sure you subscribe this. So hey guys, I am Rahul and you are watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. So let's start today's first question, that is the natural ventilation principle evident in the Pantheon of Rome is. So when you see a section of Pantheon of Rome, there is an open shaft at the top of the dome which is known as open oculus, and this open oculus is used for ventilation and it works like a wind scoop. The correct answer of this question is option number C, wind scoop. And this open oculus is also used for natural light. Next question is saturation in colors is referred to. So 100% saturation means the color is in purest form. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number B, purity of the color. Other than this, there are two important terms related to color. First is tint, which means the addition of white, and second term is shade, which means the addition of black. Next question is which one of the following colors stand out in relation to the other nearby hues? So analogous colors are the group of three adjacent colors and they shows a strong relation between each other. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number D, analogous color. And in this picture you can see these are the analogous color. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is the progression of whole numbers wherein each term is the sum of preceding two numbers? So in a series, if a number is the sum of its preceding two numbers, then this type of series is known as Fibonacci series. So the correct answer of this question is option number B, Fibonacci series. So here in this series, the sum of 0 and 1 is 1, then sum of 1 and 1 is 2, then sum of 1 and 2 is 3, and likewise this series will goes on. We all know Pythagoras theorem, which applied for a right angle triangle in which the square of height and base of a right angle triangle is equals to its hypotenuse. Next question is lightening a hue's normal value by adding white creates a tone of that hue. When you add a white color in any of its base color, then it makes the tint of that color. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number A, tint of that hue. Similarly, if you add a black color, then it will create its shades. Shades are the addition of black color. Chroma is the purity and intensity of color, and blackness of the color is known as absence of light. Now move to the next question. Match the following primary solid forms with its correct description. So let's see all the descriptions one by one and try to understand them with a diagram. First is a solid generated by revolution of a right triangle about one of its sides. So this is a triangle and we will rotate it about its one of our side. So when we rotate it, it will look like this in 2D, and in 3D it will look like a cone. This is its axis. So first is the description of cone. Second is a polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangle faces meeting at a common point or vertex. So this is a polygonal base and it has triangular sides which is meeting at a point known as vertex. So this is a definition of pyramid. Third is a solid generated by the revolution of a semicircular about its diameter whose surface is at all points equidistant from the center. So this is a semicircle and this is its diameter, and we will revolve it around its diameter. Then it will look like a circle in 2D and in 3D it will create a sphere. Fourth statement is a solid generated by the revolution of a rectangle about one of its side. It is centralized about the axis passing through the center of two circular faces. So this is a rectangle, this is its axis, and when we rotate it about its axis, it will create a cylinder. So this is the description of a cylinder. Therefore, the correct answer is option number B. Let's move to the next question. Natural hues do not include. So the correct answer of this question is option number B, purple, black and white. These are not natural hues. Other than this, white, black and grey are neutral colors. Let's see next question. The concept of architecture machine, where the machine was supposed to be intelligent enough to carry out the design while cooperating in a dialogue with the architect, was pioneered by. So this concept of architecture machine was pioneered by Nicolas Negroponte. So the correct answer is option number C. Also here in option A you can see Archigram, which is an avant-garde architectural group. Next question is, which one of the following is a mathematical model for generating and representing architectural curves and surfaces? And the correct answer of this question is option number A, NURBS. The full form of NURB is non-uniform rational B-spline modeling, and it is used to represent such models which have architectural curves and surfaces. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is a low-end version of additive fabrication technology optimized primarily for speed and cost efficiency, making it suitable for quick physical models? And the correct answer of this question is option number B, 3D printing. So 3D printing generally works on additive fabrication technology, where an object is created layer by layer. Next question is, which one of the following correct regarding the types of mortar used for various purposes? So let's see all the options one by one. First statement is type M. A high strength mortar is used in exposed masonry application. So this is our first statement, because M type of mortar is not used in exposed masonries. Next statement is type S medium strength mortar is used in foundation. So this is our first statement. Third statement is type O. A low strength mortar is used for interior non-load bearing applications. So this is a correct statement. Third statement is type O. A low strength mortar is used for interior non-load bearing applications. So this is a correct statement. Last option is type N, medium strength mortar is used where lateral and flexural strength are required. So this is also a false statement, because N type of mortar are generally useful for exterior surfaces and it works good against the weather conditions. And here in this image you can see that its strength and its application. So just read this image, or you can take a screenshot also. And this is the correct answer of this question. Let's move to the next question. Conceptual estimating. So conceptual estimates are also known as preliminary estimates, and these type of estimates are generally prepared in the beginning of a project and generally based on guesswork and does not require very long time for preparation. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number D, may not need more time because it is based on complete guess at cost. Next question is, the radiant city concept was originated by. So this radiant city concept was given by Le Corbusier in 1920s and it was for 3 million population. So this radiant city plan has several 60 stories building, which is the centerpiece of this plan. Other than this, ground floor built-ups are also there. Some other concept of Le Corbusier's are plan vision, or also known as plan vision, and Ville contemporary, and he was famous for his brutalist style of buildings? So Le Corbusier is the correct answer of this question. Let's see other options. Avenger Howard designed the Garden City. Clarence Perry gave the concept of neighborhood city. And Thomas Murray coined the term utopia. Let's see next question. In the context of seminal work on cities in evolution, the pioneer who has articulated the place, work, folk, interrelationships is. So Patrick Geddes gave the concept of Geddesian triad, in which he gave the interrelation of place, work, and folk, where folk means people, work means activity, and place are the spaces where activities are happened by people. Let's move to the next question. So in group A, we have given some historic cities and we have to match them with their city layouts, which is given in group B. So let's see all the statement one by one. P statement is Venice in 1575. So friends, Venice city is situated on the bank of Po and Piave river, and in 1575 it has lots of canals and bridges made of wood. So this is the image of Venice city in 1575. You can see lots of intersecting canals. Layout of Venice city was the street of the city are intersected by canals which are spanned by wooden and stone bridges. Two statement is London in 1682. So during 1962 there was a fire breakout in London, and because of this almost half of the London city was burned. So this was the scenario of London in 1682. Therefore London in 62 matches with third statement, all the town burned and a miserable sight of Paul's Church. Last historic city is Shanghai in 1935. As we all know, Shanghai is a mega city of China and it is located in Asian continent. Therefore our statement matches with 1, the megapolis of continental Asia. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number C. Let's move to the next question. On the acoustic scale of Doxiadis, there are. So as per acoustic scale of Doxiadis, there are 15 levels of population settlement, which start from a single person to almost 50 to 60 billion people. Therefore the correct answer of this question is option number B, 15 level of settlement size consisting of a single man to 50-60 billion people. And these are all the 15 level of acoustic scale, which start from Anthropos to Ecumenopolis. Let's move to the next question. In any land use transportation study, Lowry model consider the spatial characteristics of an urban area in the term of 3 broad sector of activity. These 3 broad sectors are, so as per Lowry's model, 3 broad categories are land use, employment and transportation. Therefore the correct answer is option number D. Question number 38 is, who presented a theory on hexagonal system of settlement pattern with a superimposition of physical constraints? So the correct answer of this question is Edwin Lutyens, and in his plan of Delhi city, he gave this theory of hexagonal system of settlement pattern. So here in this image you can see the plan of Delhi city, and in this image you can see the concept of Edwin Lutyens for the plan of Delhi city, which is hexagonal in pattern. Now let's move to the next question. In the Vedic period, which structure was always kept in the center of settlement? So friends, Mansara is one of the important town planning classification of Vedic period, and as per that the temple was always kept in the center of settlement. So the correct answer of this question is option number D, temple. For example, in this Padmaka plan, temple lies in the most center part of the town. Similarly, in this Nandevarta type of plan, temple is situated in the center part of the town. You can also check some other plans of Mansara town planning classification. Let's move to the next question. As per the Manual of Architectural Practice of Council of Architecture, India, which of the following tenders quotes a fixed price? If the quote is varied, it involves contractual problem and methodology to arrive at the rate for addition, deletion and alteration would be necessary, and it is to be built in the tender document. So this Manual of Architectural Practice has 5 volumes, and as per that, in lump sum order, the rates are already fixed before the execution of the project, which sometimes create a problem because addition and alteration in rate becomes very difficult and both the parties need to be agreed on that. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option number C, lump sum tender. So as I already told you that this manual of architecture has 5 volumes. First volume talks about the guideline for architectural practice. Second volume talks about the engagement of architects and code for competition. Third is about the architectural contracts. Fourth is about the architectural services and fees. And the last fifth volume is about the management of firm. You can purchase these 5 volumes from COA website. So friends, that's all in this video. If the video was helpful, please do like and also subscribe the channel. We'll catch you in the next part of this video. Thanks for watching. Until then, goodbye.